All right, I've got 3 hacks for you to make your car buying experience at a dealership a little bit easier. Number 1, figure out where you are in the car buying process. Are you just thinking about buying a car? Are you kind of browsing, like seeing what the prices are these days, things like that? Get an idea for where you are. If you're not in a place yet where you're ready to buy, you should be clear about that when you go to dealerships. That's a very important thing, because like if I come and see you, right, and you're in my lot and you're like, hey, we just decided that we're going to buy something, we have other vehicles, we're not ready to buy yet, we're just kind of looking, like, I'm going to go, okay, right? Would you like to see something? Would you just like to drive through? Right? There you go. Whereas, likewise, if you are ready to buy a car, say that. You're going to, get different treatment. It's not you get the brush off if you're just, shopping around, but we presume that when you say, I'm looking to buy a car, like now, that's a very different experience that you're asking for, as opposed to, I just like to kind of glance at what you have, Hack number 2 is do your research. I mean, there's so many different ways and places you can do this. You can go on and look at consumer reports, you can check YouTube videos, you can check TikTok videos, and I'm not a sponsor or anything, but I really love, I think it's Forest Auto Reviews. It's just, it's short and sweet and awesome. But, go on there, look at Facebook Marketplace, look at Car Gurus, look at different websites and, get an idea of what the prices are of the flavor of car that you want. Because then, like, a lot of times part of what takes a really long time when you go shopping for cars is a lot of folks are, they still have this really wide view of what you want. Like, even if you say, I want a truck, okay, do you want a 1500, a 2500, a 3500? You want a dually? Do you want, a luxury brand? Do you want a small one? Do you want a Colorado, or do you want a high country Silverado? What kind of truck would you like? What do you, think about these things. Like, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to be hauling a lot of bales of hay pretty regularly for your horses or your sheep or your llamas or your alpacas? Like, are you going to do that? Or is it just that you just really always like driving trucks, right? Likewise, if you want a car, do you want just a little commuter? Like, you want a Trax? Like, we can hook you up with a Trax. It's just a nice little car, very pretty basic, good on gas, great for first-time drivers, great for those that maybe even don't do a whole lot of driving. You just want something to go pick up the groceries, cat food, the dog food. You're done, right? Or do you want something bigger? You need a Traverse? Do you want a Suburban? Do you want, do you take the whole family on different group adventures? Do you go on long road trips? Are you a real estate agent who really wants to make a good impression on your clients? Like, do you want to be able to have USB plugins in the back and the sides? Are you a construction business owner and you want to be able to plug into the back of your truck or your SUV so you can use your power tools? Like, what all do you feel like you're going to be doing with your vehicle? Because the sooner that the faster that we can go, I either have exactly what you want or I don't have what you want. And then, it kind of speeds up the process a little bit, and then we can go on to test drives, which is the fun part, like test drives and what color do you want and things like that. Hack number 3 is I would recommend calling in and making an appointment. And the reason I say this is like, yes, by all means, for those of you that just want to drive through, go ahead and do it. You're going to be approached by one of us. It is our job to come out and say, hello, are you here to see anyone specific? What can I help you with, right? And some people really like that experience. Though, like, if you are ready to buy a car and you don't want it to take all day, it's better to call in and make an appointment. And really, even if you're just shopping too, call in, talk to a salesperson, decide, do you like this salesperson? Do you want to spend an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours with this person? Because the car buying process can take a little while. There's a lot of consumer protections, do test drives, do paperwork, things of that nature, right? And so, like, it's generally goes better if you call in, call me, right? And say, I have this time on this day, and I would like to come in and do XYZ. I would like to test drive vehicle A and vehicle B, right? I would like to just look around and get a tour of what you have. I would like to buy this vehicle right here, stock number, right? Have it clean and ready to go for me. I'm coming in to do it, right? Which I'll do in another video, but that is really like the fastest way, is like come in and know exactly what you want. You can go online, you can look up the stock numbers, you can see what each place has, and you can call in and be like, hey, my automotive advocate, Amanda, I would like to have an appointment with you at 2 p.m. on Friday to buy this truck, this car, this SUV, right? Do that sort of thing. And that's going to be much faster, because then we know, you're going to want to do a quick test drive, make sure it's the vehicle that you want. We're going to do a walk around, make sure it's in the condition that you expect it to be in when you drive it away. We're going to talk, credit, price, all that stuff, financing, what do you want to do? And then there you go. And you can also don't expect that it will just be a 15-minute process, but you can say hey, I've only allotted 2 hours for this process, right? Maybe there won't be as much fine dining while we do it, but you can go a little bit faster. We just presume that most people don't want to be rushed into a process that, quite frankly, is really big for most people. I mean, buying a car, whether used or new at a dealership, is kind of just under buying a house, or things like that. It's a pretty big purchase. It's a significant thing, and we really want to make sure you're sure about it. All right, come back later for more.